Hey whales, good morning. Happy Tuesday, it's March 18th. Let's go over and break down NVIDIA and review NVIDIA today. I've been getting a lot of questions about whether or not, the time is to buy right now or should we wait lower. So I'll give you guys my sentiment in terms of what I'm seeing, right? So based on what I'm seeing in terms of the structure, I do have us all of a wave 3 that finished off this entire impulsive structure, right? We put in a 3-wave move, an A, B, C that came down, and potentially we have a local bottom for a wave 4 right now, okay? Now, there's two things that I want to keep a lookout for. My primary understanding is that I like NVIDIA to come down a little bit lower, right? I like NVIDIA to come down maybe to 91, down to 76, okay? And how that's going to probably happen is that NVIDIA will probably try to get a little bit higher, maybe to 132. And if it can't sort of get past 132, will most likely get rejected and come down closer to these levels, right? This is exactly what I want to see. The reason why, there's two things. The first thing is that you see sort of this trend line that's been forming across the entire price action, showcasing lower highs, right? Lower highs, lower highs. We could get another lower high, right? And what does that mean? That means that NVIDIA right now is in a downtrend on these smaller time frames, right? So we're looking at a possible another lower high to get us a failed impulsive structure. So that would basically be a W, X coming up, and then a Y coming down to finish off a double correction, right? So this is exactly what I'm looking at, a double correction to come down closer to 91 to 76. Another thing that I also want to take a look at is that typically you want to take the inverse fibs from the top of wave 5 down to that W, right? And you can see that we have resistance coming up at 135, 136, guys. Okay, so that resistance will be very hard for the bulls to break through on the first try. It's extremely hard. So that 136 will be acted as a way for the bears to short. You can see that across the price action. You have here that's super confluent. You have all of this as major sort of resistance. So in my opinion, this is the level that the bears are going to try to short. And if it does get rejected, we're coming down to 93 to 86, which would be an amazing opportunity to buy here. Okay, so that's the sort of the main primary count that I see. For selfish reasons, I would love NVIDIA to go down there, right? To buy there. Okay, now there is a second chance that we do have a bottom here. Okay, now I think this is the unlikely scenario of the two, but of course it can happen, right? We have a wave 3 that went up. ABC coming down for a wave 4. Now, what needs to happen, same thing, right? We have this trend line that cuts across. We need NVIDIA to sort of test this level. And then once it gets rejected, because I don't believe NVIDIA can break past this on the first try, once it gets rejected, it needs to come down. It needs to hold 112, guys. Anything above 112, that's great, right? We can hold a higher low. Once this can sort of hold, now we break out like this, consolidate at the all-time highs like this, and then push out, right, closer to 200, 180. Okay, that's exactly what I want to see NVIDIA do. You can see there's different pivots here as well that's going to act as support. Okay, I do think that's a little bit less unlikely or less likely, right? But always a possibility, right? So if you're going to try to long NVIDIA, what you can do is you can long 112, 111 with a stop loss underneath the lows here, right, at 104. Right, so always have a stop loss, guys, at 104, because if not, right, we have a chance to come down again closer to 75 up to 88, right? So that stop loss will save you a lot of money, okay, if you're trying to long NVIDIA. The second option for anyone that wants to short NVIDIA, okay, this is your setup, right? You're gonna take the fibs from swing high to swing low, and you're gonna short 134, 135. Right, you're going to short there, stop loss above 150. So your game plan is that if you think it's going to be bearish, 134, and then you're going to aim for 92.85, right? And then you're going to take some, raise stop losses, or you're going to take some profits along the way slowly, right? But your main target will be down here at 92.85. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing, guys. That's what I'm seeing in terms of the trade setups. Let's see what NVIDIA does. I'm hoping that it does go lower, right? I would love cheaper NVIDIA, but we could always have bottoms, right? Let's see how the markets play out. But until then, I'll keep you guys updated. Come join Discord, guys. Right? If you want my actual trades, stop losses, targets, the whole 9 yards, all my entries, I'm there. You can copy me there. Okay. Until then, I'll talk to you guys soon.